Thank you, Andre, and thank you very much for inviting us. This is a project that will start in September. It involves 12 partners and 11 countries. I think that what is different about our project is our approach. Our approach is based on cross-assessing EPCs. That is to say, we will be running a bunch of existing and future EPCs on about 150 buildings and drawing conclusions from this exercise. One first output, which is in itself interesting, we think, is that we will be creating a benchmark repository for testing certificates, basically. And then a number of other useful outputs, which are very much similar to what some of the other sister projects are doing. For instance, we will be deriving technical guidelines for the next generation of EPCs. We will be coming up with guidelines and tools for exploiting data for users, exploiting data for regulators, for national authorities. We will be coming up with guidelines for making EPCs more people-friendly, let's say. And of course, making recommendations for the harmonization of the next generation of EPCs across Europe. So basically, you see that some of these items are very much in common with what some of you are doing in this sister project. So it is very useful for us to be here and to be part of this cluster. So that was my 2-minute pitch. Thank you very much for inviting us again.
Thank you very much for introducing crossCert project. Maybe just a quick comment to Andre and all of us. I think we had prepared equivalent supporting slides to present our projects for previous workshops, and I think we should send them to you coordinators of new projects so that we have the same level of information about all the projects. And now I let Peter introduce the SuperHub project.
Good morning, everyone. I hope the connection is good from my side. Yes, EUB SuperHub is one of the newly founded projects in the latest round of H2020. This is coordination support action type of project, as you might know. So basically, this means that, of course, we don't want to reinvent the wheels by definition. Still, in this project, we are also going to critically see the current EPCs, the current operators of the certification schemes, how they process information. And based on this intelligence, we try to come up with the list of indicators that actually could, better work in the future, so to say. And hopefully the next generation EPCs will serve very much better the real estate market, and also funding and investment will be supported by them. Obviously, the indicators of the buildings belongs to this process. Now, what important to say is that we cover 7 countries. So basically, I guess that's a cooperation potential. If any other project doesn't cover a region that we cover, we can give input information to other projects. Also, we are going to do extensively user surveys and interviews. So that is also some of the knowledge that we collect on the field, and that would be interesting for other projects as well. Obviously, the deliverables are public, as usually in CSA projects. What is really important in EUB SuperHub that we also try to tackle the standardization process. So we involved standardization body from Italy in the beneficiary list. This is one very important aspect of our project. And basically, what is really important is that we also going to produce, let's say, new type of certifications based on the methodology and criteria that we are going to establish in the beginning of the project. And we are going to compare with the old EPCs, and we are going to see what the perception of the different stakeholders on this new indicators and new certifications. We are going to, the number is not here, we are going to collect 100 case studies in these 7 countries. So that is really, could be valuable also to share with other projects. The rest of the objectives obviously overlap with other projects. Probably I tried to highlight some of the specific and key aspects to EUB SuperHub. So thank you for being invited and presenting the project.
Thank you very much, Peter, for this overview of this new project. Now I leave the floor to Alexander for IB Road to EPC project.
Good morning, and many thanks for this invitation. It's nice to be in this cluster with a second hat. So, IB Road to EPC will start on the 1st of September. It's a coordination support action, and it's a follow-up project to IB Road, which you might be already aware of. IB Road worked on the building renovation passport, a specific model uniting the individual building renovation with the digital building logbook. And this model will form the basis for the IB Road to EPC project, where what we have set as a goal is to integrate the work of IB Road and this model of IB Road into energy performance certificates, in the sense that energy performance certificates are there, whereas building renovation passports would be perhaps something completely new and would take several years to implement. While working on the existing energy performance certificates, we can advance the tools, expand, improve, broaden their perspective, and bring into them the full potential of the building renovation passport. So in practice, this would mean assessing the needs, assessing what is already there, at least in the countries where we will be working, adapting the IB Road concept to be part of the EPCs, testing, evaluating this in these 6 countries. IB Road was tested successfully in Bulgaria, Poland, and Portugal. IB Road to EPC will also work in Greece, Romania, and Spain. When we say adapting, testing, evaluating, it means actually going into the existing schemes, integrating the IB Road work into the training of energy auditors and EPC issuers. And in this case, we will be working with the implementing authorities in the various countries. Finally, the aim is to expand this further, making it possible to implement in other countries as well. IB Road was very happily implemented as pilot tested in Ireland, which was not part of the original 3 pilot countries. This was successful, and this kind of model is something that we would like to make available in other cases as well. Another expansion over IB Road is that IB Road worked only on single-family buildings, whereas IB Road to EPC will extend into multifamily and public buildings. That's it for my part. As with other projects, of course, there will be dissemination, there will be stakeholder engagement, there will be policy development, looking forward to supporting the renovation wave and overall the ambitions of the European Union in terms of climate. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alexander, for introducing the project. And we see already with the 3 projects that we have a lot of topics in common between all the sister projects. And now, so I leave the floor to Leandro for the last project, which is the TIMEPAC project.
Okay, thank you very much for the invitation to here. Good morning to everybody. So I will introduce our project TIMEPAC, which will officially start on July 1st, which is graphically is represented in this diagram. So the aim of TIMEPAC is to improve the flow throughout the generation, storage, analysis, and exploitation phases of the energy performance certification process. Today, there are 2 main problems that prevent a continuous flow of this data throughout the building life cycle. First, there are problems to solve in each of the 4 phases. And second, there are problems to solve in the connectivity between the phases. At TIMEPAC, we plan to improve the generation of EPC with additional data, for instance, with smart readiness indicators, to make EPCs a useful tool to achieve sustainable development goals. And we want to facilitate the connectivity between EPCs and the EPC repositories using BIM technologies. In the storage phase, we need to improve access to EPCs databases with more user-friendly interfaces to enable the analysis and exploitation of their contents. And we need to create advanced analysis tools to get information from the databases to support decision-making for large-scale building renovation programs, for example. In this way, it will be possible to move from a static and fragmented certification limited to the generation phase to the next generation of EPCs based on continuous certification process throughout the whole life cycle of the building. These enhancements of energy performance certification will be carried out in what we call transversal deployment scenarios in 6 European countries: Austria, Croatia, Cyprus, Italy, Slovenia, and Spain. The ultimate goal is to come up with a methodology applicable at the European level. In parallel to the deployment and demonstration scenarios, the TIMEPAC Academy will train specialists in the use of the enhanced EPC methods and tools we plan to develop in this project. So I hope we will have more opportunities to meet with all the projects presented here and with the cluster and to share with you all the findings in the project, and looking forward to continue working with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Leandro, and again to all 4 coordinators of the new sister project.